What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming, the show where we talk about gaming news. My name's Seth, with a couple quick reminders to download and play Hollow Knight and Shadow of War. And if you have PS5 Bug Snacks, all offered on PlayStation Plus, make sure to download those, play those, come back at the end of this month for Plus Club. Let us know what you thought of those games. We'll let you know what we thought of them. And our game of the month randomly picked is Cube World. Make sure to download that, play that, and come back at the end of the month. For Game of the Month, we will be picking your guys's, you guys will be picking your community pick Game of the Month then, and we'll be discussing Cube World. So make sure to come back for that and type in GOTM on your comment with the game that you would like us to all play in December for the community pick Game of the Month. We have Discord, link down below. You can talk to us anytime, all time, and we're on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast platforms if you prefer to listen to us. And we have a Patreon, link down below if you'd like to support the channel further than liking, commenting, and sharing this video, and subscribing if you have not subscribed already, and letting your friends know to subscribe as well. We are almost at 2,000 subs. We're trying to hit that soon. So Tasty Tuesday, very special Tasty Tuesday. Xbox has officially launched. It is out now in the wild. And hopefully any of you who are hoping to get your hands on one have gotten your hands on one or will get your hands on one soon. And PS5 will follow very soon. With that news, like last Tasty Tuesday, very light lately. There's a couple things here and there. Take-Two is thinking about buying Codemasters, I guess, which is very interesting, but I want to wait to see what they do before I, kind of talk about that more. And I guess CD Projekt Red is confirming that Cyberpunk is coming out in December, but also saying it in a way that people are worried they might delay it even further. If they do, we'll play when we play it, I guess. But with that, I had to find something to talk about. So I got two videos pulled. One for, I guess it's for everybody, but, it's going to be on Xbox, and then another for PS5. So let's jump into the videos I'm going to watch. First one being Assassin's Creed Valhalla is also out today, which I'm very excited about. Really want to play it. Looks very cool and robust. Well, there's a video, Assassin's Creed Valhalla gameplay walkthrough, Xbox Series X, that I'm going to be watching here. And they're going to do a walkthrough, talk about gameplay, and I'll watch it. We'll talk about it and see if it changes my hype level for this game that I'm already very hyped for. So let's just jump into it. 3, 2, 1, and go. See the real raw power of the most powerful console ever made, the Xbox Series X. Will change your life for the best, hopefully. Maybe you'll play and you'll be like, holy shit, my life is way worse because my world doesn't look this beautiful, rendered in glorious 4K graphics.
And we are looking forward to players play our game on Xbox Series X and Series S. I'm really excited to be here today to do a deep dive into our gameplay.
La Ferrière. It's a cool last name.
The settlement is really the heart of the experience of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Being a Viking clan leader, this is where your clan lives with you, and you see the village prosper as you have many adventures in the game.
I love the way this game looks.
You have buildings that you can upgrade and renovate. This is
cool.
where you're going to see the consequences of all the decisions that you've made in the game. The settlement also offers
love the foliage and the different colors. They
customization
did a really good job.
opportunities,
Very
so
Witcher
you are
3-esque.
able to kind of
Obviously more
tailor
modern.
the settlement to your own tastes and needs. As you progress through the game, you will unlock many different buildings,
not modern,
and each of those buildings will give you many possibilities,
future
whether
after
it's a
The Witcher 3.
blacksmith where you get to upgrade your gear, or maybe a tattoo artist where you can customize the appearance of your character and your hairstyle, and even a place where you can have your collections through the Roman collectors or the hunters or the fishermen. every single quest arc in the game is introduced through what we call the war table. And you'll see different opportunities for your clan. Maybe it's to organize a wedding to kind of gain the favors of a local lord, or sometimes it's an opportunity for
Already, it seems
military
like they've
conquest,
gone much
or
deeper
sometime
with this
maybe a
game,
character that you mean
which is
will have an
very
agenda
cool.
of its own. The goal is to have a lot of different
The last three
variety for the
iterations have
players
really
to
been
offer.
tiptoeing
Every quest
towards
arc
this
has a specific
RPG
flavor for you to
that
discover,
inevitably
an
they're going to
interesting
just
cast
make a
of
full-on
characters
one.
as well. And
I
all
mean, they
of
pretty
this is
are
kind
now,
of
but
channeled through the war table,
they're really
with Ranvi
mixing
being your lead consular. So the way it
the
plays
prior
out
feel of
is
their
that when
games
you go in your
and
settlement,
the
you
new.
consult with Ranvi, and she will basically tell you what the local lords have been talking about. So really, the settlement is the heart of the experience of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's meant to be where you start and end every quest arc in the game. So it's really meant to be this central piece for players
there's like a
to kind
hub
of
that you're
live
upgrading.
through
It's very
and
cool.
see prosper as they live the adventures of the game.
Look, one of the rich temples.
It's a very good-looking game.
As a Viking leader, one of the main activities you do in the game is raiding. So basically, you leave from your settlement on your longboat with your crew, and you attack a strategic Saxon location.
Witcher 3 confirmed. Witcher 4 Modern Edition confirmed. This is cool too, because it's something they kind of dabbled in the last game, but not to the same extent.
You find
The
special resources,
battles.
and you can use those resources to later on upgrade your settlement, unlocking new buildings and new possibilities.
That is a fucking huge freezer, just full of meat.
So the raiding really fits within the main loop of the game and enables you to see your clan prospering in England.
The Zealots.
Making a game about Vikings, we really wanted to deliver on the brutality of the combats.
I'll split you!
There's some beheading, you can really feel the impact of the weapons connecting. Also, we wanted to give the players a range of abilities that they can equip and try to really customize the playstyle that they want. And all the abilities are really grounded into what it means to be a Viking fighting.
I want to be a Viking ninja.
Another thing about the combat is the variety of the enemy archetypes in
Snow
the
area
game.
looks
We
cool.
really want to push the challenge forward for the players to kind of have a very good fighting experience that feels really good in the long run. So
The combat
50,
does
60
look
hours
like it
in the
flows
game,
better.
You still have a challenge.
Not the
for your
animations. The
fighting
animations. The
abilities.
animations in Assassin's Creed games have been fucking amazing since the beginning, but the flow of combat seems a little more smoothed out. It looks less sticky, I guess.
You will join my pile of bones.
You can't have a great fighting system without epic boss fights to really challenge the players to their full capacities.
Yeah, but
And I'm
that
telling you
kind of
from a
looks just like
personal
a
point of view,
fucking
the first time I grabbed the controller in my
damage
hands
sponge.
and did an amazing boss fight at 60 FPS, the game was just so smooth. It was so nice. Just an awesome, really, really cool moment. Vikings were famous explorers, and we wanted to bring some of that flavor into the game, to have the players feel like they're exploring
Can I say it
a
again?
brand new
I'm gonna say it
world.
one more time. Maybe another time after that. This is a really nice looking game. It's very pleasant to look at. It's really like even on a technical level, graphically, it looks fucking great. But like just the design of it, the fucking lush foliage and the sprawling landscapes, really fucking
One
gorgeous.
of the tools we have for this is the Raven.
That-
So the Raven,
that's
if you
like
fly
the
your
biggest,
Raven,
like when I
the
first
Raven will
saw
point you out
gameplay, I was
that,
like, that's the biggest reason I want to play this right
opportunities
now. It's
for
just
you
to
using
explore
beams
that
of
world.
light. And every opportunity, every beam of light has a surprise or a little challenge for players to discover.
I like
And what's
surprises
great
or little
about the
challenges.
Raven on Series X is that we have little to
There's a
no
little challenge
loading
for you.
time. So we always have this immersive experience, always
Pop-up gets a
available,
little challenge.
always there, uninterrupted by loading times.
Oh yeah, talk to
Vikings
me,
were not
baby.
welcome in England. The Saxons didn't want them there. And sometimes fighting just doesn't cut it. So you have to use other options like social stealth. And fans of the franchise will be happy to see that iconic gameplay back into this game. Just with the blending of the monks, which is actually a great tribute to Assassin's Creed 1, or just sitting on the benches unnoticed.
Do I
Using
buy
your
this for
blade and your hood just to
PC, or
blend
do I
in
wait
with
till
the
I get
big
my
cities
PS5?
of England. It's just a really cool feeling. And for infiltration, a great tool for this is the Odin site, as it highlights enemies, loot, key items, so you have every information
Cheats.
at your disposal
Cheats for you.
to just sneak in and make your way through.
This is the Odin cheat button. Odin lets you cheat. See everything.
Must be black from the other side.
We could do a game about Vikings without touching on their amazing mythology. Vikings were actually living their mythology on a daily basis. It was part of their daily lives.
I'm living
So we
my
had to find
mythology on a
cool
daily
way
basis.
to depict that into our game. So in your settlement, there is a seer who lives there, and that seer will send you on a vision quest. And the first world you get to explore is Asgard.
Whoa.
So this very iconic moment of the Viking mythology is available in the game.
That's cool
And it's
looking.
looking great with all the next-gen capabilities we have. So really looking forward to players exploring this amazing world that we've crafted. Our game is leveraging
Every game,
the
they
next-gen
just tipped a little closer to like the
capabilities.
fantasy
Whether it's the
aspects
game
too.
running at 60 FPS
They're just
on
dying to
Series
make a
X,
fantasy
making
RPG.
a great fighting, smooth experience, or the improved loading times that really creates those immersive moments. On Assassin's Creed Valhalla, we want players to live their ultimate Viking fantasy. Our team started to work on this game 3 years ago, and very soon
3
you'll
years
be able
ago?
to play it. We've crafted this
it.
amazing, massive, open world for you to explore.
I'm gonna say it again,
You're
dude.
gonna love
It's
to be a Viking.
really good looking. It's a good looking game. November 10th? That's today. It's out on Xbox Series X, which came out today. All right, that is Assassin's Creed Valhalla gameplay walkthrough, and I got to tell you guys, I am stoked. I really want to play this. My history with Assassin's Creed, for anyone who might be new here, I like Assassin's Creed. I liked where they went with it early on, but it did obviously get kind of drawn out and kind of monotonous. And then when they did the new vision of Assassin's Creed, maintaining a lot of stuff that keeps it Assassin's Creed, but making it head in this RPG direction, I feel like it was a really smart move. I feel like what they've done with the series is a lot more interesting, allows them to do more interesting things, and this game seems to be the culmination of that process bearing fruit finally. The last two games, I think, were, as they went, got better, and this one looks even better. So their trajectory seems to be, in my opinion, going very well. This game looks fantastic technically, design-wise, looks beautiful, gameplay-wise, looks to be fine-tuning everything that they're doing in the prior games in a better way. I haven't gotten my hands on it yet, so I can't confirm that, but just visually, it seems like there's a lot more things to work towards, a lot more rewards happening here in the way that you're playing the game and getting things. The world seems to be big and worth exploring. Combat seems to be taking from the prior games, but being more streamlined, more smoothed out. Seems like the combat seems to flow better, in my opinion. And they're keeping the stealth there, but now you have these raids happening, these battles happening. You're running through groups of people and fighting them while your team is fighting, going down rivers on boats. It's just AC has, as in both iterations of their philosophy on building the game, have been really good about slowly evolving for the better. And you know, I have heard this game is buggy as of right now. That's to be expected with any Ubisoft game, but they'll get that smoothed out. But outside of that, I've been hearing very good things, and that's really cool to hear. So I'm very stoked on this. I haven't purchased this game yet. I'm thinking about doing it right now for PC, but at the same time, I kind of want to get it for my PS5 as well. So I don't fucking know what I'm gonna do, but I am gonna play this. I'm very excited, and I have a feeling I'm gonna like this. Not to slight the game, but I think I'm gonna like this more than Watch Dogs 2. Not that they're really comparable games, but they're both Ubisoft games releasing, you know, as of recent. And I've been trying to play Watch Dogs 2, but it's not gripping me. Looking at this, though, I feel like if I owned this right now, I would be playing it. I really want to play this. So I'm excited. I'm going to play this soon. I'm sure I'll be talking about it on TastyCast soon, so stick around for that. Subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about Assassin's Creed Valhalla? What do you think about this walkthrough? What features are you most excited about? What are you not excited about? If something has changed, you're like, oh God, I don't want them to do that too much. Let me know. And are you picking this up? And what are you picking it up on? Let me know everything you're thinking about in the comments below. Next thing I'm going to watch is Demon Souls State of Play for PS5. As you guys know, we watched, or maybe you don't know because you're not familiar with this channel, we watched a Demon Souls video last week showing gameplay. This is a bit like what we just watched. It's a walkthrough of what to expect with Demon Souls for PS5. Some of the stuff that's going into it, some of the thoughts on what, you know, they made here, and maybe some features here that are specific to this new iteration. It's 12 minutes, so we're just going to jump into it, watch it, talk about it as it goes, and yeah, well, let's jump into it. 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, not that fast. Okay.
Hello, I'm Gavin
Guys,
Moore,
Xbox
creative director for
Series
Demon's
X is out
Souls.
now.
This is a
Next gen
remake
is
of
here.
monumental scope
PS5
and ambition,
coming Thursday.
transforming a beloved
I
PlayStation
think I get
classic
mine Friday.
into a stunning showcase for the PlayStation 5.
Next
In
gen's
every
here.
respect,
Like fucking,
Demon's Souls
here we go.
looks,
We're moving into
sounds,
some
and feels
new
right at
territory
home in
gaming
this
wise.
next
It's fucking
generation
exciting.
of gaming. We're all massive fans of the original game, and
Same.
we wanted to bring everything we possibly could up to a level that modern gamers expect. And that includes the power and variety at your control in the character creator.
These character
From
models look
facial
nothing like a
customization
From
to
Software
hair
game,
tones.
but
there are many thousands
they're
of
nice looking.
permutations for you to explore, empowering
Which is
you
not
to
what I'm
make an
expecting
avatar
with
you
Demon
can
Souls,
relate
Dark
to,
Souls.
whoever that might be.
Any kind of Souls.
Demon Souls is anchored by a hub, the Nexus. The Nexus is how
Ooh.
you'll get to the game's 5
That's a
archstones,
sharp-ass game.
each of which leads to a different land in Boletaria. There are also many NPCs here who are a key part of the storytelling experience. We were lucky enough to bring back many of the original cast to take on their iconic roles. Now let's enter the first archstone.
The thing I love about
the
this is,
Archstone of the Small King.
I mean, just like the last game, this is a next gen ass looking game. They're not fucking around. Like, this is really good looking. Oh, it's so weird to see. Last time I saw this was on PS3. It did not look like this. Puppy. He's kind of a fatty. He's got all that, just fucking save it later. I'm collecting these people, they're mine. It's my collection, don't touch it.
Now, the real Demon Souls begins.
As long as the real one, that's all I fucking care about.
Attacking, blocking, and dodging all use stamina, so the player must always consider where they are, what they're facing, and what their foes are capable of. Now, these Dreglings aren't particularly daunting, their patterns are relatively simple, and their attack ability somewhat limited. Still, even these earliest enemies can pose a threat if the player loses focus.
That's how they get you. You're like, I've done this a million times, and they go, whap, 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 and just kill you, and you're like, ah, fuck.
For those who played Demon Souls on PlayStation 3, you'll notice enemies behave exactly as you remember.
It looks
Though
the
you can
same.
play at 60 frames a second in performance mode, and animations have been completely redone, combat timing is just as it was. We're actually using original code for these core gameplay pillars, the untouched essence of the game around which everything else has been beautifully remade. It's a modern engine driving this white-knuckle combat experience where the slightest error could mean your death.
That's awesome to hear that the animations are new, but they kept the same combat timing. Because no one's going to be able to complain about, like, well, I changed it, so it's not the same. Blah, blah, blah. Like, that's perfect. That's exactly what they should have done, and they did it. The animations look fantastic, very smooth, very fluid. But the timing really matters, because, I mean, that's, like, one of the more important things, if not the most important things, when it comes to the gameplay of any Souls game.
We're playing in performance mode, which targets 60 frames a second, running at a
That's how I
beautiful
would play.
dynamic 4K. There's also a cinematic option. That's an even more vivid native 4K, targeting 30 frames a second. Whether your preference is fluidity and responsiveness, or simply the most detailed possible experience,
I'd like
the
to see what
game
it
is a
looks like in the
feast for
higher
senses on
graphics,
PlayStation
the
5.
better, sharper graphics, but a game like this, I'm going to want to play as smooth as possible. Not that 30 frames per second you're going to have any lag, but 60 frames, just, you know, doubling that, getting that really smooth gameplay in a game where, you know, it's known for hitbox porn, is definitely preferable. A lot of times, you know, in
We've
a lot of
added
games, they're like, oh, yeah,
thousands
the
upon
graphics, but
thousands
no,
of new
I
sound
need
effects
it
to
to
take advantage of the PlayStation 5's
need to play well
impressive 10
in a game like
3D
this.
audio. Now you can hear Imperial spies in the Palace of Boletaria creeping up behind you, or a creature slithering out of the
Really?
slime in the Valley of Defilement, far below. Now you can experience this stunning world in 3D audio just by connecting a headset.
That's really cool to hear. I wasn't
We're also
expecting
really excited
to see them
about
jump
the
in
DualSense wireless
to
controller's
their 3D audio
haptic
engine
feel.
so quickly like that.
We
with a
wanted
game
to
like
make
this.
combat feel grittier and darker. So this is the perfect way to feel steel clash against steel, or the crackle of a fireball in the palm of your hand before you cast it at your enemies.
Oh, I remember you, Rock.
We've left the open air of Boletaria and descended into the lair of the Flame Lurker, deep within Stonefang Mines. Flame Lurker is one of the most beloved of all of the Demon Souls bosses.
Yeah, I
and here
remember
he's
him.
brought to life in amazing detail. The real-time lighting and incredible particle effects, as well as a deadly redesigned arena, all culminate in a spectacular battle set in a world of fire. And the music here as you battle Flame Lurker is one of many incredible tracks created for Demon Souls. On PlayStation 5, we've rearranged and fully reorchestrated Shinsuke Kida's breathtaking score with 120 world-class musicians performing at the legendary Air Studios in
Yeah, I
London.
watched a video on them working on the score for the game, and it is it sounds fantastic. But the amount of work they put into that is so appreciated. They could have easily just kind of like brought the old music back in, which would have been fine, and like cleaned it up a bit, or you know, put about the same effort as the original into it. But they really went out of the way to kind of celebrate the music of the game.
The Tower of Latria. This is the first part of the third Archstone. It's truly one of the most unforgettable areas in Demon Souls. It's so haunting and claustrophobic. It's rife with detail and countless nooks and crannies. On PlayStation 5, we've radically increased the object density. The stage is absolutely littered with rubble, broken vases, and abandoned clutter. It's an amazing set piece for enemy encounters. These mind flayers,
It does
for
look.
example, cast glowing projectiles down long corridors. For all of
It
the
does look
added
more
or
dense
enhanced effects
in,
like these,
in
we've
what's
endeavored
on
to strike
screen.
a balance between dread
Not just
and
textures,
beauty,
obviously, but like
echoing the tragic
the stuff
fall
on the
of the
ground,
once
the
glorious,
objects in
but
the
now
room.
doomed kingdom of Boletaria.
Something that, you know, PS3 wasn't going to have. Honestly, I'm excited because it's, you know, brand new, crispy looking, really nice, plays great. I'm just also excited to play Demon Souls again, because I haven't played Demon Souls in fucking years.
Moving on to the rain-soaked Shrine of Storms. Each class in Demon Souls has a radically different feel. Knights in their armor are tough, but a bit clumsy when dodging an attack. The thief, on the other hand, is quick and sure of foot, but requires finesse to inflict a killing blow.
That was a quick-ass jump. Motherfucker's looking like Decap Attack. If you haven't played it, go play it.
Veterans might have
game
noticed
back
that
on
we've added
Sega.
new animations for all weapon types. Of course,
Next gen's
we
here,
made
go
sure
play
to
Sega
match the
Genesis. That's what I'm
timing and
telling
feel
you.
of the original attacks. It's a small change, but it helps make each weapon choice feel a little bit more unique and makes the thrill of landing a perfect backstab all the more satisfying.
Nice. I like backstabs.
Anyone who
it looks
played Demon
good.
Souls on PlayStation 3 knows that the Valley of Defilement is one of the most challenging, demanding levels in the game. We're so excited for those players to revisit this gloomy, arresting swamp, now with
don't want
performance
to.
mode at a targeted 60 frames per second. This area was a particular challenge because we wanted to preserve the occasionally disorientating, almost maze-like nature of the stage while building on the mythos of Boletaria. After all, this is a place of outcasts and the unwanted. We wanted the valley to feel much more alive with the PlayStation 5 remake, and it gave us a rare chance to revisit a truly iconic level in gaming history.
Yeah, bro, you poisoned. Just stop and take a sip of that too while you're at it.
And before we wrap up, here's a first look at the Dirty Colossus, a nightmarish mishmash of detritus that's been discarded from above.
Whoa, he
Your
looks
best bet for
cool.
success here is to keep your distance and time your attacks carefully, and use a weapon that can burn through this toxic monstrosity.
The HUD is, the UI is really fucking big. In the left corner, bottom left corner. Like, that looks huge to me for some reason. It looks really clean and nice. I like the way it looks, but, very sterile looking, but it seems huge. Gigantic. Why'd you let that happen?
You've just gotten a taste of what's awaiting you this November. Demon Souls is one of the most
What's
celebrated
awaiting you?
gems in PlayStation history. It defined a new genre of action RPGs, focused on
True.
tactical combat, environmental storytelling,
True.
groundbreaking synchronous and asynchronous multiplayer elements, and
True.
an emphasis on trusting the player to learn, master.
Let me know in the comments. Have they
ultimately to
done anything with the multiplayer? Have they said anything about that yet? Like, is it the exact same as the one before?
SIE
or
Worldwide Studios and Bluepoint Games
12th.
are
The
honored
12th, it
to be able
comes
to
out in
make
fucking
this
2 days.
classic for those who hold it dear, and for a whole new generation.
Or have
of
they
gamers
changed
to
it, made it
discover.
more like, you know,
you
Dark
for
Souls
watching.
or something? Dark Souls 3 in particular. Because as much as I would love for them to maintain the original feel, I would love to play multiplayer in like a really straightforward way. That's just me being selfish, I guess. Overall, I think it was fantastic looking. I'm really excited to turn the quality of this video up so it doesn't look like shit. But also, game looks great visually. I do think it looks a lot cleaner and more sterile than the original Demon Souls, but that's not a nitpick necessarily. It's just an observation that It doesn't. It lacks some of the atmosphere from the original Demon Souls, but it's fine. Like, it's just different. It's new. It's a PS5 game. They want to show off the graphics. It's fine. But on that, outside of that atmospherically it looks different, it is a very smooth, sharp, vibrant looking game. The lighting's great. The reflections on the armor look great. The animations look awesome. Something I really wasn't expecting them to put as much work into, because the first Demon Souls PS3 game, but was a little janky in some of its gameplay, I guess. Still very precise where it mattered when it came to combat, but movements and stuff like that could look kind of off. The world looks awesome. It's so cool to see these areas that I recognize rendered in this kind of detail. It's fucking dope. I love it. Even seeing this beginning area is so cool. I love that they have redone the animations and made them better, but maintained how the game played exactly from the original. That's so important. That would really upset some people, including myself. I'm not a purist, but I don't want this to feel like any third-person action game. I want to feel like Demon Souls. It needs to feel exactly like Demon Souls. Otherwise, it's not. It's not Demon Souls. The core thing to the Souls games, outside of the the lore of the stories they're telling and the worlds they're building, is the gameplay. The gameplay, you have to nail it. If you don't nail it, it's gonna upset everybody. So it sounds like they really respected that. I really dig that. They respected the music. Like I said, I've heard some of the music that they've redone, and it's fantastic sounding. It's going to be very cool to hear. And on an audio note, that this game is going to have 3D sound available to it on the new PS5 audio engine. Very cool. Very cool to hear. They could have not done that, or, kind of done some lazy 3D audio, which I haven't listened to it, so I don't know what it sounds like. But, that they brought it up sounds like they did something to it worth noting. If they didn't do that, I wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't even thought about it. A game like this is not playing for atmospheric 3D sound. It never set a standard for that in the first place, so I'm not going into it, worrying about it. But here they are talking about it, being able to hear in every direction. That's awesome. I'm a huge audiophile. I fucking love any kind of audio design, beyond even music or sound effects, but details in audio and directional audio and stuff like that. So very excited to hear this game as well. Hopefully one of my headsets fucking work. I'm sure they do on the PS5. I haven't looked into that yet, but I think I read somewhere or heard from somewhere that you can just plug it in and it'll work. So it's probably a case-by-case basis, but all my stuff is pretty fucking big companies that make it, so it would make sense if it worked. Because they keep showing off the PS5 headset, and I'm sure it's fine, but I don't want that. So, anyway, this looks awesome. I can't wait to get this. This will be a day one purchase for me. That doesn't come in my bundle, but I'll be buying this ASAP, because this is a must-play game for me. And I can't wait to play it. So, let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about Demon Souls State of Play at PS5? Are you excited for this? Are you not excited for this? Are you a purist? Maybe there's some things that are off about this game, but I know you're going to fucking play it. Like, anyone who's like a big fan of Demon Souls or Dark Souls is going to play this regardless. Even if you're like looking and going, they didn't really nail certain things about it. I know you're going to fucking at least want to try this game. So, let me know what you're thinking about it. Are you stoked? Are you not stoked? What's your favorite thing that you saw? What do you think about some of the redesigns that they've done? How do you think it's carrying over from PS3 and the way it looked and played over to PS5? And is there any kind of features that you'd like to see come back, or brand new features be put into the game? I kind of brought up the multiplayer. I'd like to see it changed, honestly. I'm okay on a purist level if they keep it the same. Like, okay, that's fine. That's how it was. But if they made it a little more straightforward in how to play with each other, I'm not going to complain. So, let me know everything you're thinking about in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming, the tastiest of Tuesdays. Next gen is here, guys. Hopefully you get a chance to get your hands on one of these consoles. So thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to check out our other episodes. Check us out on TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook at Tasty Loot Gaming. Check out my streams. Links down below. We have a Discord link down below. You can talk to us anytime, all the time. We're on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast platforms if you prefer to listen to us. And we have Patreon for people who would like to support the channel further than liking, commenting, sharing, and watching the videos all the way through, and subscribing and telling their friends to subscribe. It's all appreciated. Thank you. And yeah, my name's Seth. Till next episode, which will be something. I'm currently going through footage of the first chapter of the raid in Ghost of Tsushima Legends. We beat it. We got the footage. I'm going to share that if you want to see what the first chapter of 3 chapters is like. And Tasty Cast coming this weekend. And yeah, hopefully I'll have my PS5 this weekend. So I will most likely do an unboxing and an impressions video soon. So until then, have a good week, guys, and take it easy.